A very good morning to all our Sports Today family members. These are the latest news headlines that is doing the rounds this Friday on Sports Today. Now, the first major news that we have is related to the Asia Cup of 2025. And BCCI being the host have had a windfall when it comes to the surplus revenue that the Asia Cup has generated. How much is the revenue? Well, that we'll be doing a special video on it. Remember, this Asia Cup 2025 was played amidst massive controversy involving a no handshake policy with Pakistan and then the fiasco that followed after that. So that is why this Asia Cup, whatever were the calls to the boycott, whatever were the things of, oh, we stand with our soldiers, everything has gone away. Because BCCI, thanks to every stakeholder that is there, you had a massive surplus, revenue surplus. So congratulations to the BCCI for that. Now, the second bit of news that we're doing is the Team India routine in Australia. Now, the Indian cricket team are going to practice in Australia and the session timings are from 9:30 to 1 o'clock. That means they have already started the practice sessions in Perth and there will be a press conference that's going on as of now at this point. So, who will be there for the press conference? But remember, those timings are subject to change. So, that's why you are seeing the Indian cricket team practice. Who's going to come for the press conference? That we will all be knowing at this point in time. So today, that is the thing that we are looking at. Now, all eyes on that practice session will be on Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. Yesterday, as soon as they landed, they did have a practice session. You saw the fans, the way how they were clamoring up to see Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. So that is the way, even today and heading until the first game on 19th in Perth, this is how it's going to be. Now, as far as the other bit of news is concerned, there is a new format that has been proposed. It's gotten the likes of Harbhajan Singh, AB de Villiers and all have proposed it. It's called the Test 20. Now, what is this new format called the Test 20? That we'll be doing a special video on that as well. But when it now comes to the Women's World Cup, we've seen a dominant display from the Australia women's cricket team where Alyssa Healy's managed to hit a century and Phoebe Litchfield has hit an 80. And that is why Australia have thrashed Bangladesh by 10 wickets and they have now sealed their spot in the semi-final. The Southern Stars look dominant and they are on their way to their 8th title. But remember, in the semi-finals, anything can happen. Now, the other important game with weather in focus is going to be South Africa versus Sri Lanka. Because remember, a drawn game, if the points are split because of the weather is not looking good in Colombo. If the game is washed out, then it gives India and New Zealand an advantage because then the other teams just won't run away with it and India still will have a chance of finishing in the top 4. Now, as far as the other news is concerned, Lionel Messi's international friendly that is going to take place, Argentina versus Australia. In Kerala, it was slated that yes, on November 2025, it will happen. But whether it will happen, now fresh doubts have been cast over whether that match at the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in Kochi will happen because there are some logistical things. CONMEBOL are like saying maybe you have to play some friendlies in Africa. So that is why Messi's game against Australia in Kochi looks a bit doubtful at this point. Then AIFF has released the commercial rights for the ISL, the 15-year period. Remember, it was lapsing in December. Finally, the tender has been passed and now you'll have the master rights agreement from 2025 to 2040 at this point in time. And as far as the badminton season is concerned, Lakshya Sen, Satvik Sairaj, Ranki Reddy and Chirag Shetty have managed to make it to the quarterfinals of the Denmark Open. Let's see if they can progress further in this particular tournament. Remember, Lakshya Sen has already managed to beat Anders Antonsen, the world ranked number 2. And that's why he'll be determined to ensure he finishes his season on a high. But remember, it's been a very underwhelming season for Lakshya Sen. Maybe the Denmark Open is the start of something new. So thank you so much folks for joining us for this morning wrap. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.